say that I think the patriarchy is alive and well.
Is dope. You're a
and
fan?
I think that's why we're having the problems that we're having today.
Because of the patriarchy?
Yes, because it's a very small, it only benefits a small minority of people, and to everybody else, you're just
Who does
lumped in
it
the bottom.
Who does it benefit?
A small minority of men and women probably, but mostly men.
What does patriarchy mean to you?
A society that is ran by men.
So it's actually more specific to like ruled by a father. So in our society that devalues fatherhood, you really think we have a patriarchal system?
I guess not under that definition.
Gotcha, bitch.
She pressed it, not me. Alicia pressed it.
With my old ass phone.
Sure, but I don't think that we'll get to that point, because I think patriarchy is about the most powerful people in charge. It's like who has the I guess you would say,
Change the split.
the dominant supply, the monopoly on power. And that's always going to be those at the top.
Well, men will most likely always hold power because they give power to women, because we can't enforce power on our own, right?
Yeah, we can.
Women could collectively take power from men.
No.
Real close to the mic.
No.
Wait a second. So you think there's a patriarchy?
Yes.
I think it's a conspiracy. I think it's a feminist conspiracy theory, okay? It's QAnon for feminists. There's patriarchy.
Why?
Patriarchy.
Why
really?
don't you think that there's this like hierarchy where there's men at the top, predominantly men at the top, that are wielding most of the power?
Because men ruling doesn't mean patriarchy.
And the majority of the people at the bottom are men as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like a standard in a hierarchical society, that you're just gonna. It's not like men. It's not like one lump of men at the top and then a lump of women at the bottom.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Who has more rights in the U.S. right now, men or
More
women?
rights?
Yeah.
Probably the same.
No, women have more rights.
Boom roasted.
Wait, but aren't men still paid more than women?
No, that's no. That was
Fake news.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fake
I wasn't
news.
aware of that
All
news.
these OF girls making all this money.
You could say that masculine jobs are valued more in society, and therefore that's why
Yeah, they
they're
are.
paid more.
But
Like
aren't they
firefighters.
valued more because they actually add to the
Yeah, aren't they more
infrastructure of our
valuable?
Because
society?
it adds to the economy. I would say that like teaching is an incredibly valuable job,
But a
it's
man
like
could do that.
But-
A woman
Sure, but
couldn't
they don't tend
a woman
to do
couldn't
that.
build infrastructure. A woman couldn't do anything really that has not in a climate
I
controlled
mean, yeah,
setting.
you're gonna naturally like tend towards the things that you're biologically able to do. It's like men can't have children
Right, so we
either.
value men because they do all the work that allows for all people, men, women, and children, to survive comfortably, right?
They don't do all the work.
They do all the work that builds the infrastructure for people to live comfortably in a modern society. Women do not build that.
They may not do the physical labor, but you can't do the physical labor without.
They don't build technology. They don't create technology. They
Most
don't
men
create
don't
roads.
do that either. It's
Yes,
like
they do.
the
Go down
major-
a road and you'll never see a woman working on the side of a road doing
You
any
will.
sort
You
of
will.
construction.
It's definitely not the majority of it, but I'm talking about not just the laborers, but the people that set those rules in place on what you're going to build, how you're going to build it, and how it's going to be efficient and actually structurally sound.
And men predominantly
What
do all
proportion
those
of
things.
like civil engineers? Or wait, aren't you a civil engineer?
Yeah.
Is it predominantly men in that field?
It is predominantly men.
Right.
I think what I'm trying to get at is that it's a very small proportion of men that are creating like these huge advancements in technology. It's not all men.
But the point is most inventions, most philosophy, most things that we value as our society come from men.
Yeah, and I would say that women really haven't had the opportunity to do those things in the past. But also I would say that based on IQ standards, the most intelligent people in society tend to be men. And so naturally it makes sense that they would be the ones that are making all of these great discoveries.
Right. So if they're more intelligent, isn't that kind of defeats your point?
Wow.
Well, because you're saying that women didn't have the opportunity. We didn't all of a sudden just get like lower IQs.
Sure. Okay, I see your point. We probably would not have come up with those same.
Low Lol Paladins donated $69. Similar question, different girl. I'd love make you submit to my patriarchal desires. Bet you won't. So to ask again, what patriarchy are you working for? You are being controlled already.
Damn, that's deep.
Is that your ex?
Thank you, Lol
Is that
Paladins.
the same dude? Yeah,
That's
it's
your
the same
boyfriend?
dude. Can't be.
Is that your boyfriend?
Because now he's
Lol
doing too
Paladins,
much.
did you hit or what? Okay. Question for you.
Sure.
So, you assert that the patriarchy exists.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. So you assert that patriarchy exists.
Mhm.
So, if this mythical patriarchy existed, feminism, wouldn't you agree that feminism would not be allowed to persist?
I don't see necessarily why it wouldn't.
Well, I mean, if would you agree that feminism is the fight to overthrow, smash the patriarchy, get rid of the patriarchy, destroy the patriarchy?
I guess I think a lot of women would view feminism as just having a place to promote rights that you want.
But wouldn't, if we genuinely lived in a patriarchy and feminism was counter to patriarchy, wouldn't the patriarchy suppress feminism? But the simple existence and hegemony of feminism, I would say over public discourse for so long would just simply disprove patriarchy theory.
I don't think that feminism is any threat to the patriarchy.
That's
The core thing-
That's the whole core.
That's the core
what
thing.
they want to do is destroy,
destroy the
Like,
patriarchy.
do you actually think that feminism is going to overtake the patriarchy? It doesn't matter if that's what they want. Do you think that's actually something that's
They already
going to
did.
happen?
There is no
Feminism
patriarchy.
has
So yes, it
destroyed
succeeded.
patriarchal structures.
Okay, if we define patriarchy as by the father, I suppose I could agree, but the way that I understand it, it is the fact that it's a small minority of men that are running the country.
Is it because they're men?
Is it because they're
What
men?
if they just have, what if it's more about class or power?
Yeah, I think it does have to do with class and power.
Anonymous donated $69. Even if it was true that men get paid more than women, men don't have the right to get paid more. It's just the fact that most jobs that men have pay better than the jobs women typically have.
Like, I would expect an engineer in your position to get paid more than me as a receptionist, and that goes for you and any male engineer. It's not about gender for me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, it's getting late.